All right, welcome to my first episode of Antonia Unfiltered. Our topic for today is why is he leading with control instead of confidence? Let's talk unfiltered because comfort has been costing us clarity. Let me set the record straight. This isn't about bashing men. Because in so many cultures, conversations like this can easily be misunderstood. So, as a married woman, I have shown up, I still show up, and I remain committed. This is about clarity, growth, and not conflict, okay? This is not about controversy. Now, let's get down to the topic. Control versus confidence. These are not the same thing. They don't feel the same, they don't sound the same, and they definitely don't land the same. A confident man does not need control. Control usually shows up where confidence is missing. So I'm not here again to shame anyone. If this resonates with you, you can reflect on it. I'm not here to drag the man. I'm here to ask real question, one that requires honesty. Why is he leading with control instead of confidence? Now let's dive into leadership versus dominance. Somewhere along the way, leadership get confused with dominance. Leadership is not force, it is presence. Control tries to manage outcome, but confidence is different. Confidence trusts the process. Control demands. Confidence invites. Control wants compliance. It wants compliance all the time. It wants obedience. But confidence builds partnership. And wherever control is loud, fear is usually sitting quietly underneath. So what does control actually looks like? Control doesn't look aggressive. You can tell. Sometimes it looks subtle. Can be the silent treatment or shutting down conversation, especially hard conversation. Needing the final word or expecting obedience instead of dialogue, communication. Feeling threatened by questions or feedback. Control sounds polished because it hides phrases like, I'm just trying to lead. But real leadership doesn't shrink another person to feel tall. It doesn't take space away from someone else to exist. So let's compare that with confidence. Confidence is quieter than control. A confident man regulates his emotions. He listens without feeling attacked. He is not threatened by a woman's strength. He doesn't compete in her voice or with her voice. Confidence doesn't rush to defend, and it doesn't need to dominate. Neither does it need to prove itself. Confident knows who it is, even when challenged. So when a strong woman triggers the control in a man or in their partner, it gets uncomfortable. Yeah, honestly, it gets uncomfortable. A strong woman doesn't need permission to exist fully. She has visions, she has boundaries, she has clarity. And for a man who hasn't met himself yet, unfortunately, her confidence or her strength doesn't inspire him. Rather, it intimidates him. So instead of rising, he restricts. Instead of reflecting on his actions, he controls or he tries to control. Instead of growing, which is learning from his mistake, he wants to compete. Because now her strength is not a problem. It becomes a problem to him. So the real question is this. Is her strength awakening you? Or is it exposing the places you haven't healed? So are we going to talk about control and trust? So when control says, I don't trust you unless I manage you. Confidence will say, I trust myself enough to trust you. In other words, you can't demand submission where safety doesn't exist. You got to provide safety to demand submission. And a woman can't soften where she feels controlled or where she feels unsafe. Confidence is quiet. Control is loud. Confidence creates safety and control creates distance. So next time, let's dig deeper. Because once control replaces confidence, then something else is going to show up. That means demanding respect without earning it. So, if this resonated with you, don't pass it. Sit with it, reflect on it.